Hello everyone. I'm so excited to showcase this round.
はい、改めまして皆様、土曜日の夕方いかがお過ごしでしょうか。ここからは、シモーナのレクイエム、2%、インセンティブの方が今下でちょっと走っておりまして、$500集まると 100% にアップグレードするというようなインセンティブがあるんですけれども、今 70% まで達成している状態ですね。こちらの女の子の死神シモーナを操って進むメトロイドバニアの、クラシックな感じのゲームで、シモーナが月の裏にいる漁夫王を探しに行くというストーリーだそうです。コリンさん、レイダーありがとうございます。今、こちらのチャンネルでは、アメリカで行われております、チャリティーイベント、フロストフェイタルズ2026を公認ミラー配信しております。今回、奏者のミズ・トリュフさん、ミス・トラッフルさんですか。なんですけれども、こちら、2%、100% ともに世界記録をお持ちです。ちなみに、英語ちょっとなまってる感じがすると思うんですが、フランスの方ですね。ちょっと今から2分待つので、インセンティブなんとか達成しましょうっていうようなアナウンスが入っておりますが、さてどうなるでしょうか。
Let's do it, Chad.
I'm counting on you. Okay, so I guess we are ready to start now. So I'm gonna do a countdown and then I'm gonna let Midi doing most of the commentary. In 3, 2...
ちなみに 2% ですと28分53秒。今、スタートしました。メニューでゲームスタートしたところからタイマーがスタートするとのことです。100% ですと31分23秒ということで、比較的こう、100% の違いが少ない方ですかね。今、さっとこう説明が、ストーリーがありました。
That little splash that you saw on her, that is actually necessary for the, if that doesn't happen, the cutscene doesn't trigger and the game actually soft locks because this game is held.
今飛び降りた瞬間に服に緑色の液体がベタっとついたと思うんですが、あれがつかないとソフトロックがかかってしまって先が進まないというバグみたいなものがあるみたいです。
But has a more methodical and rhythmic combat style. And so you're going to be seeing quite a lot of unique tech in this run that is kind of sort of shared among all Metroidvanias, but in a different sort of fashion. One of the first glitches we are going to be talking about here is you're supposed to only be able to jump once. However, because Truffles is an expert, she is able to time it so that she can actually get a second jump, which is going to help us phenomenally to skip a whole bunch of stuff. And then we get a later
これからこのランで使うテクニックについて今、解説の方が説明してくださっています。メトロイドバニアはだいたいこういうのが実装されているそうなんですが、基本的にジャンプというのは1回しかできないけれども、タイミングを合わせると2段ジャンプができるというのをこれを活用して進むとのことです。その後動きのアップグレードも入っていくということです。
GG and thank you so much.
Absolutely incredible.
そして、インセンティブが達成されたので、2% から 100% に変更となります。この違いなんですけれども、2% はもちろん2% っていうぐらいだから、とにかくゴールすることが目的。一方で、100% の方は、アップグレード4種類、それから、母名碑、エピタフ6種類と、それからギュスターブの地図というアイテムがあるそうなんですが、これをすべて回収しなければならないというカテゴリーだそうです。
And $15 from Sailor Jade. That reads, need more GDQ. And chat, thanks to you all, we have made it happen. truly a heroic effort. Thank you all so much. This is all going towards the National Women's Law Center. You're amazing.
Thank you so much for those donations. And we're in this next area. So you saw Truffles speak to an NPC there. That NPC is actually a requirement for 100%. And that's why we needed to meet that incentive at that time. So you're all wonderful for doing that. You saw Truffles, she hits...
NPC に会うシーンがあったと思うんですが、100% でアイテムをゲットするためには、あれをやらないといけないってことですね。
You are able to sort of just walk through them, but it does require.
敵を攻撃すると、そのままと敵をどこかで通り過ぎることができる。
From the back end of the enemy as the hit sort of as the enemy sort of gets back up.
けれどもそれをしないと敵に止められてしまうのかな。なので、攻撃して通り過ぎるみたいなことをしているようですね。
Dungeons of the game that has sort of some progression in it, and we're just going to be seeing Truffles heading through this section, and this is where we actually get the first required secret for 100%, an epitaph. Now,
ここで、エピタフ母名碑という隠し要素。先ほど言ったと 100% だとエピタフ6つを全部揃えなきゃいけないので、それを回収するというのがこのダンジョンにはあります。
It adds about 3 minutes to the run, but it does allow Truffles to get a very useful upgrade that might allow her to
ただこれ2% より3分ぐらいの時間差で 100% のがかかるんですが、途中でいろんなアップグレードを入手する必要があるので、そのアップグレードを入手することで非常に有利に動けるようになるという側面もあるそうです。
You can see that little purple glow in the top left over there. That's the upgrade. Do we have one donation while Truffles is doing this little platforming section before we get the upgrade?
I have $140 from Aeon Whispers. They've decided not to say anything, but the generosity goes on beyond. Thank you so much. That's incredible.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that donation. So so the first upgrade that we're about to get over here is well, after this level up, which we don't really use the level ups in this game. They kind of just happen. You now have access to the double jump, but because, as I mentioned earlier, there's a movement tech
今、獲得した、左上にあった紫色のアイテムがアップグレードの一つだそうです。これによってトリプルジャンプができるようになるそうです。
Actual intended double jump to do a triple jump, and this allows us to skip quite a substantial amount of the platforming. There's also a trick.
これによってだいぶこうスキップできる場所、ギミックが増えます。
A lot of very precise timing in order to actually get that trick to work properly. So it's not even just that you have to hit the jump key at a certain time. You also have to sort of bear in mind where you're going when you hit the jump button. So it's a lot of timing, and even though it doesn't look as flashy as maybe some other movement text you see, it still requires quite a lot of concentration, and this is almost going to be the trick coming up here. And Truffles, she's absolutely fantastic at this game, so I'm positive.
これジャンプするときに自分がどこに落下するのかっていうのを常に意識していかないといけない。まあこの手のゲームではありがちですけれども、そういうのの操作正確にやるというのが非常に重要とのことです。
And oh yeah, there we go. That is incredibly hard. Yeah, that is an
今のところかなり難易度が高いということでした。
And Truffles just so expertly did it. Well done. That's really cool. That's really hype.
Thank you. Also, by the way, on the previous room, I got that never happened before moment because I was supposed to get hit by a fireball, but the fireball disappeared when it touched the sprite of Simona. This game is managing it's many jump one after another. So yeah. By the way, volume warning for this boss. It's gonna do a laser attack and it's very loud for no reason.
Yeah, the laser attack is just unfathomably loud. And it's strange because even if you change, like, oh, here it comes. As you can see.
これか。今、レーザーアタックすごいこれ、音うるさいんですよ、この敵はっておっしゃってたんですけども。顎からレーザーが出たとき、ちょっとキーって、これですね。これがうるさいって今、奏者さんがおっしゃってましたね。
And I do believe
I got the object in mid-air. This is always cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I love the swag strat.
Sometimes that object just well, it doesn't land where you want it to, you know. So yeah, we're just going to be heading through the graveyard for a little bit. We probably have time for a donation before I have to do any more explaining, if you've got any for us.
I don't have. Well, I would love to talk to you all. I do have a whole lot of love coming in for Simona's Requiem, but I do want to note for the audience and for
さっき地下墓地からこれ、いわゆる墓地に来たんです。墓地公園みたいなところに来たんですけど、墓地公園あんなに危険なものだらけだったらお墓参りもできたいなって今ちょっと。
is in second place at $11.50, and Morshoe is very close behind at $10. So the world is your oyster. If you want Uwu to continue leading,
Oh my god.
you are free to do so.
ちょっと予定外のダメージを食らっているようですね。
Choose the file name Bidwork for our run coming up.
So very interesting. Yeah.
I have to wait here because I'm in a very dangerous position. I have to fight with frame drops here for. I didn't have this issue since many months now, but this game knows when I'm doing something special, I guess.
なんかこのゲームの最大の敵に本番の魔物がいると思うっておっしゃってました。今ちょっと魚が飛んでくるところをかなり注意してジャンプされてましたね。で、ここで、第2の、墓名碑を取りに行きます。今、シークレットの入り口を確かに使ってましたね。こう、足場を殴ると入り口が出てくるというような。
Yes, exactly. And so Truffles is going to do a triple jump here to break that tile and allow her to skip having to do this little challenge room with the guys shooting arrows.
今のところ、矢を撃つ人がいますけれども、あれをうまく回避するっていうトリックを避けるために、3段ジャンプで上の方に行きました。そして時計塔ですね。
So Truffles is going to attempt to do a triple jump in a manner which allows her to wait. Let's see if she's able to.
ここでまた3段ジャンプを使いまして、でかなり大きくショートカットしました。なんか簡単そうに見えるけど結構きついんですよっていうふうにお医者さんおっしゃってますが。
You know, just a pretty sunset every once in a while. So as you can see,
appreciate the moments as they come through.
Yes, exactly. You've got a Metroidvania. It's all about the little quiet moments, you know. There's actually I believe it's here. Yeah, there's a second cog skip right over here. This one is not as hard as the other one. The other one has a lot more.
これは先ほどよりは簡単なんですけれども、同じようにスキップで、マップを大きくショートカットしています。
but we are about to get another upgrade, which is going to really start.
で、ここで2つの目のアップグレードを取ります。
To its full potential. And here it is.
これですね。
Anybody who's played a Metroidvania knows what a dash mechanic is, and that's what we just picked up. So now, not only do we have
これによってダッシュができるようになります。メトロイドバニアといえばダッシュでしょうという感じですが、これが、アップグレードによって入手できるようになります。今、3つ目のエピタフ、母名碑を取りました。
Yeah, now there's going to be a little bit more, look, sort of faster movement. You also want to be jumping. You also want to be jumping in the air when you dash, so that you kind of get.
これ時計塔なんですけど、雲を越えるほど高い時計塔って、その時計見えるんですかね、人類に。まあロマンですからね、塔は。
$5 from, this is a great username, robotic lesbian frog that says rah.
I love the energy.
I love that so much.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much, friend, for your donation to the National Women's Law Center. I do also have some announcements whenever we have a moment.
Of course.
We think we could get an announcement in here. There's just a bit
Fabulous.
of platforming. Yeah.
You got it. No, thank you so much. So, our final name for Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link has become infinitely more spicy. Midna has come out of nowhere with a steel chair and is now in the lead with $140. Heck is in second place with $50, and Uwu is now sitting in third place for $20. We have until the end of this run to affect that, but also for our upcoming run of Kirby Air Riders, viewers now have the option to decide who Charbunny's machine and Charbunny's rider, as well as Genesis's machine and rider.
さて次のボス戦ですが、これもうほぼなんか宇宙来てますよね。でもまあ最終的に月に行くんで、考えたら宇宙まで来て当然かという感じもします。
For the riders, you can choose between Banana Waddle Dee, Cappy, Kirby, Meta Knight, Rick, and Susie. The world is your oyster, friends. The choice is yours. You can decide all of these with your donations.
Excellent. So we actually did a really cool boss there. That Truffles, of course, just knocked it out of the park, just completely. I'll talk about that in a sec because we're coming up on Blue Cave Skip. No.
そしてここですが、ブルーケーブスキップという、技を使います。まあここの場所の名前がブルースキップだそうですが、特定のエリアでジャンプをするとゲームがバグってしまって部屋を3つ飛ばせるということです。で、次の、母名碑を探しに行きます。
And yeah, I just wanted to chat a little bit more about that boss. There's actually an Easter egg associated with that Time Lord boss. You should play the game and find out what the Easter egg is. Yes, sorry, I said epitaph. What I meant is that this is the fire attack upgrade. Sorry, I correct myself. The fire attack
母名碑ではなく、この攻撃に、炎の属性がついてダメージが大きくなるアップグレードだそうです。これでアップグレード4つのうち3つはもう取ってますね。で、母名碑も3つ取ってるのかな？
It's the hardest trick in the game. I think you got it. I think you got it.
I have full faith in you, Truffles.
Yeah. And I suppose now that I've sort of explained the the bulk of those tricks, there's a little bit of time to just chat about the story a little bit. So Simona, as
今またスキップしようとしてんのかな、違うか。
her sort of appearance is a Grim Reaper, and she has bosses, and the bosses are those skulls that you saw at the beginning. And she's really bad at her job, so now she needs to do more. Now she needs to do her last job really well, or else. And we're coming up on a really cool skip over here. This is mini boss skip. Requires the use of
ここでは、ミニボススキップを使います。いいタイミングでトリプルスキップをすることで、今のミニボスをスキップしてしまいます。
And yeah, so there's actually collision on the back of that enemy that allows you to just jump right over them.
ジャンプによって敵の背中側にコリジョンすることによって越えることができるようになるというスキップだそうです。
Groose has now taken third place with $25, and a friend has donated $20. Thank you, Copper Skulls, who has nominated Feth with a donation that reads.
ちなみにこの落下時間がかかるので、ちょっとあれですね、ドネーションの読み上げ時間にしてますね。めちゃくちゃ落ちますね。どこまで行くんだこれ。
Midna, who is currently in the lead with $140. Now is your chance. Now is the opportunity to do that. I have $25 from Regali, $50 from Casaris, and $50 from Anonymous, who are all helping us make our way towards 86K for the National Women's Law Center as well. Friends, thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. It's really amazing. So this little area, just to talk about it briefly, the triple jump allows us to skip a lot of the platforming. However, those crystal enemies you saw are extremely annoying. Like extremely annoying. But we can sort of just jump dash over the poison, use the triple jump to get to the end. So it's not too much of a it's not too terrible, but they can just they just get in the way. They've got big hitboxes. They're just frustrating. And yeah, now we've just got a little bit of interesting platforming. Another use of the triple jump here. This one's also quite difficult. Like some of these triple jumps require you to kind of delay the jump quite a bit just to get it like just right. These lasers, we are going to tank some of them, but obviously not too many. They can do a lot of damage, and if Truffles isn't careful here, she can fall, and it's
この赤いレーザーの線なんですが、いくつかはあえて受けていくそうですが、結構ダメージが大きいので、全部受けるわけにはいかないそうです。
We are coming up on the next sort of inverted commas upgrade soon. I think no. Yes, and yeah. Another little neat trick that Truffles has been doing throughout the run is when you get a scene transition, specifically in the early part of the run, if you time a jump just as the transition happens. Oh yes, you've got a cycle coming up here.
Got it.
Nice. That's a pretty hard cycle to make. If you time it just right, you actually get a boost as you go into the transition. Yep. And this is the next sort of upgrade. I wouldn't count it as a movement upgrade, but arguably it is because it's the fast travel sort of system in the game.
これは、4つ目のアップグレードなんですが、これを取ることによって、ファストトラベルが可能になります。
This area, and I think there's a
発火時間30秒。そうですね、これ死神さんなんでね。人間ほど脆くはないんで、きっと大丈夫なんでしょう。
Oyster Cult was talking about. This Reaper is too cute to fear. Also, gotta give love to
ところで
Groose.
死神が死んだらどうなるんでしょうね。
Orange cat afterwards. Not afterwards, goodness. Groose, that is our friend who nominated Groose for the choose the file name incentive. Groose is sitting at $25. Midna is still holding strong at 140, but chat, be the change you want to see. If you want to see something else take the lead, now is your chance.
Be the change you want to see in the world, chat. You can do it if you believe. Just like I believe in Truffles and her run here. So you're meant to actually pogo to get up here. There is sort of like if you hit an enemy, there is like it does actually hold you in the air, which is like a pogo that you would see in a lot of other games. Oh, quiet time.
Yeah, this is a one cycle trick. It's gonna be very
ここは、1サイクルで、倒さなきゃいけない敵だそうです。
Yeah, got bad. Gonna try to do something different. I barely hit it. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, yes.
She's just that good.
無事、ちょっと今危なかったんですけども、無事に
That is extremely difficult to do, and the fact that you
クリアしました。
even with having to recover there was just shows how good you are at the game.
There are so
so
many
that's a-
variations actually.
Yeah,
But it's hard to make a change on the fly.
yeah. It's just another one of the epitaphs we're collecting along the way.
これが4つ目のエピタフかな。
Yeah, so that is
あと
only
2つですかね。
possible if we get the if we get the flame upgrade to beat her on the cycle there.
Please report, thank you.
今のボスを1サイクル
Now with
で、倒すには
three bosses defeated. Well, first I believe we
ス
have
ピード解像度のアップグレードかな。
to
はいはい。か何かをしておかないといけないというふうにおっしゃいましたね。
We always
Best
say hi
NPC in
to
the
the
game.
cat. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Troubles has to be kind of careful here because you can actually fall into a earlier part of the game if she misses this jump. There we go. She's fine. And this is to get the 5th epitaph, and then there is one more that we collect after this, and we're basically heading towards the end game.
これが5つ目、あと1個ですね。
Hi Gustavo.
Hi Gustavo.
世界記録は、31分ですので、 あと5分ちょっとということになりますが、
It takes us to the celestial planes where the castle of the final boss is. The soul that Simona has been sent.
今、反対側で会いましょうというメッセージがあったんですが、
And also quite close.
セレシアルプレーンだから展開ですね、すでにね。
Quite close to the start of this area is the final epitaph, which has a very sort of classic sort of adventure game Metroidvania setup, and you're gonna see why I say that in a sec. But before that, we do have to get through this room, the room of nightmares. These enemies that throw.
で、最後のエピタフを取るために、この悪夢の部屋に入らなきゃいけないと
And
いうことなんですが、
cause a lot of
結構
trouble and cause a lot of knockbacks and things like that.
ダメージは
Isn't on our side.
が結構
Seems like Truffles is gonna be
大きいので、
This is the scary part.
運も味方につけないと結構厳しい
That
という
is
こ
the
と
scary
です。
part. This particular bit of platforming has always struck me as quite cool because you've got very limited visibility, but Truffles makes it look like easy. Very expertly done. And great, nice. That section is actually really tough, and you could take a lot of damage and be very punishing.
Can you mention the funny thing about this checkpoint, by the way?
奏者さんは非常にこれ簡単そうにやってらっしゃるけども、実際ここむちゃくちゃ大変なステージなんですよねっていうことを
So that checkpoint
今解説者さんがおっしゃってました。見づらいですよね、真っ暗で。
not go back through the rest.
しかも消える床とかあるし、
You are
く すごいですよね、これ。
That checkpoint,
単純に、あー
just
っ
stuck
て
here
こう、見てるだけで。
in the castle, and you can't go back through the game.
でもそうですね、その中でちょっと雷で一瞬、こう、足場が見えたりみたいな。雰囲気すごくいいですね。
No longer relevant in your save file. It's completely gone. Well, not gone. You just can't go back. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I almost forgot about that one. And
I should say that to the people who want to play.
ここで、最後の、亡命碑を取りまし
I had
た
that。surprise when I played the game for the first time.
yeah. And this is Kingfisher, the soul that Simona was meant to reap. And luckily, we managed to get the
これは、漁夫王の魂を、
flame.
主人公の目的はこの漁夫の魂を回収すること。
But Truffles also has the triple jump.
まあ、死神なので、
Allows us to hit him
引導を渡しに来たっていうところでしょうかね。
That's not usually the case. So you might notice that he sort of slams his hand on the ground even though he's in air, and that's because the game doesn't expect you to be able to hit him when he's up above. A lot less scary of a fight this one than than in any percent because we've got the damage boost, but can still be.
今回 100% なので 2% よりも自分のダメージが上がっているので
Oh my god.
ちょっとだけ簡単に
Looks like the attacks look
な
like
っ
they're
てい
quite
る
slow,
と
but
の
it's
ことですが
it's very methodical. So if you attack him when he does that dive attack, you will instantly get hit. GG's, that's the first. Oh yeah. So you beat that boss and you're like, yeah, okay. But then, where are we now?
I don't know. I still don't know.
でもなんかボスを倒すかなと思ったんですが
This is the true final boss of the game.
これが真の、ゲームのラスボス闇の心ハート・オブ・ダークネスだそうです。
Let's go.
GG's, everybody.
Yeah,
I think
GG's.
86k, I'm gay.
So this boss has
see?
one attack which allows you to get into the air to attack them, and we are basically waiting
敵の攻撃でできたこの足場に乗っ
time
て、上に上がっ
onto the third
てダメージを与えるという流れで戦うボスだそうです。
So bad tonight.
oh.
But I will be
Marathon.
able to beat the boss. Please don't crash. Okay.
Sometimes the game crashes there, and that's the final boss. I think this would be the time where we're gonna shut people out. Truffles, why don't you start?
Oh, what am I doing? I was focused on what you were saying. Where am I? Okay, so we are good. You can do your shoutouts, by the way. It's gonna be time in about a minute.
Okay, yeah, no, I just wanted to say shout outs to the games committee for putting together a really awesome selection of runs. I've been watching some of them, and I'm very flattered to be here, and yeah, shout outs to my wonderful friends who
タイマーストップはこの後もう一度、漁夫王に、話しかけて
do more stuff like this. Yeah, that's me.
Please, video game. Okay, so be prepared for the time. I said, be prepared for the time. It's gonna be in about
あ、これか。これを壊して、
and time.
ここですね。漁夫に話しかけた。ここで、タイマーストップです。
Game was acting
ということで、GG です。ご自身のお持ちの
So I had to
世界記録からすると、
make some adjustments.
40秒ほど遅れですが、ちょっとなんか事故ったところも途中、事故ったというか、うまくいかなかったところもあったみたい。今日は、ちょっとトラブル多かったっていうふうに奏者さんはおっしゃってたので、なかなかいい記録だったんじゃないでしょうか。
Have
これ、PC とそれからスイッチにもあるようなので、もしご関心のある方は、ぜひ、お試しいただければと思います。
Yeah, so people can find me on twitch.tv/MsTruffles. As I said, I'm mostly speedrunning obscure games, mostly indie games. I will probably do a bit more.
普段は、スイッチでインディーゲームの、RTA をたくさんされているということなので、もしも関心があったら、ぜひ、奏者さんのチャンネルにも行ってみてください。ということで、シモーナのレクイエム、アップグレードがありまして、カテゴリーは 100% となりました。100% の、記録は32分4秒となりました。奏者さんもお疲れ様でした。
I was the one who made the first foundations for the speedrun, but there was the two who made this speedrun even more exciting with Mr. Double Place finding triple jump, Achida finding a lot of skips. So thank you to you too.
このゲーム、他にも2人奏者さんがいらっしゃるんですけれども、その奏者さんたちがこう見つけたトリプルジャンプであったりとか、それから、グリッチ、ショートカットであったりとか、そういうことを駆使しながらこうやって今走っているので、お二人にも感謝をしたいと思いますというふうに奏者がおっしゃっております。
A frame fatals event actually, and I'm in this community since then, and I'm more of a lurker because there are a lot of people that may be a bit too much for me, but every time I interacted with some of the fatals, you were so welcoming, and that's very important for me as someone who is dealing with social anxiety and the fear of being socially awkward. So yeah, thank you so much for being so kind.
それから、はい、イベントの名前は、現在、コニーミラー配信中のイベントは、フロストフェイタルズ2026なんですけれども、このイベントをやっているコミュニティ自体が、フレームフェイタルという、名前になっております。で、そこに参加して、困った時に相談したりということで非常に支えになってくれていますという謝辞も述べられていました。ということで、また次のゲームの準備をいたしますので、一旦こちらで失礼いたします。現在このチャンネルでは、アメリカで開催しておりました、チャリティーイベント、フロストフェイタルズ2026の公認未来配信を行っております。このイベントの収益は、アメリカ国内で法律面から、女性、ひいては全ての人の権利を守る活動をしている、ナショナル・ウィメンズ・ローセンターに、寄付されます。皆様、休憩時間中にちゃんと、お茶を飲んだり、水を飲んだり、あるいはちょっとお腹が空いた方はおやつを食べたりして、万全の状態で、まだこのイベントもう少し続きますので、またこの先もご覧いただければ幸いです。それでは、一旦失礼いたします。
many events, but welcome to your very first prize segment.
Thank you. This is my first prize segment. It's very exciting.
Is this your first time on this side of the camera?
No, I have been on event recap before, so not my very first time.
Well, very second
time.
Yay, very second time. Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about the prizes that we have. What do we have up here first?
We have Pokemon Legends ZA for the Nintendo Switch.
This way.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
We saw this run just a little bit ago by Professor Birch, and if you were as entranced and excited by that run as I was, you will want to donate $10 minimum donation for this prize, which is a steal.
It is definitely a steal. That was such a great run by Professor Birch. If you did not get to see that, make sure you go to our YouTube channel in just a little bit, where all of the runs from Frost Fatales 2026 are being uploaded as soon as we possibly can. Now, another thing that we have here is this very cute Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Dusknoir 3D painted model from Explosive Action. This is another a $10 minimum donation. And we've been really lucky to have these 3D printed and pixel art painted models. Again, we can see on the back, like we have several times over the course of the week, there's the magnet, there's the signature. It's really well done, and you actually can really see, because our cam ops are so great, all of the layers that we have here, really well done. It's thick with 2 C's, and it's gonna look great no matter where you put it. Again, thank you, Explosive Action, for sending that in. $10 minimum donation. Now, Jen,
Yes.
tell us about this really cool thing.
I will tell you about it. So not only is this my first time being on a prize segment, this is my first time submitting a prize.
Move to the center. There we go.
There we go. So I was encouraged, I dabble in block printing, which is where you carve a linoleum block and you stamp it. And I was encouraged by a fellow Fatalis, Amphibian, to submit a prize, submit a lino block prize for Fatals. And I thought that this was an excellent opportunity to do so, to celebrate the Studio and Fatals Showdown showcase coming up, run by myself and Charbunny later.
So I just want to emphasize to everyone at home, Jen made this. Jen made this first-time prize submitter, and you could win this for a $10 minimum donation, and that's really cool.
Yeah, and I would encourage everyone who is, you know, artistically inclined in any way, even if you think that your prize might not be good enough, just submit for the first time. It's just breaking the seal on that. Everyone is very welcoming. There's a creative arts channel in the Discord where everyone is very supportive, and we would all love to see what you cook up.
Yeah, speaking of that creative arts channel, I know there's a really great show on this morning, Windswept Oaks Crafting with Meemaws. And if you really enjoyed the crafts that got put onto there, they have been posted within the Discord. And if you would like to have your artwork, whether it was the trivets or the color by number or the spoons, if you want to send in photos of those, there's a form in which you can do that. And we would love to feature some of those crafts on the Chomp tomorrow morning. So please go send that in. And that is specific shout out to that creative arts channel, but also to anybody who wants to submit something like that. This is kind of like your first step, and maybe I could submit a prize. So I want to continue to encourage that. We also have these beautiful playmats that are here on the table in front of us. They're very thick. They're really well made. These are the Gen 3 Legendary Pokemon playmats coming to us from Crow Party, a $25 minimum donation. Really beautiful colors, very bright. They look like they're hand painted, but they do have that gorgeous cover on top of them so that it's perfect for your mouse and keyboard, keeping everything protected as you need, and featuring Pokemon, which of course we did see earlier, and we'll continue to see throughout many different events because we love Pokemon.
We sure do.
We do. Now, we have a very, very cool prize that I'm excited to show. I'm going to be extremely careful bringing this up.
It is so gorgeous.
It is exquisite. This is the stained glass Skyward Sword heart container. This is coming to us from Cineris. It is a $25 minimum donation. Cineris is very well known for the stained glass art that they do. So this is actual glass, and then over the welding on top, it's painted. It's got this chain so it can hang just like this. You can see too, I'm going to move it a little bit, so cam-ups, I apologize for my transgressions, but you can see how gorgeous the see-throughness. Gosh, you're the best. You're so great. You can see how beautiful that is. I would love to be able at some point to hold this up to a light so you could just see how gorgeously it shines through. Again, $25 minimum donation, incredibly hefty. But Jen, along with this, talking about Skyward Sword, we have some incentives coming up that we'd love to talk about.
We do. If you are a Skyward Sword fan and you are a Link fan, we have Link 2 coming up very shortly. And along with that, we have a file name bid war for Link, which is open right now. Lonk is winning, but if you feel strongly about Midna, Heck, or something else of your own devising, please get your donations in at gdq.gg/donate and make your opinions heard.
Lonk is like a forever favorite of mine, but if you disagree, go ahead and get those donations in. And be sure when you do go down, if you're not familiar with the way that the page works, on one side when you do click, add incentive, it will have incentives, but you can also go, there's another tab, so click on the other tab and that will bring up bid wars, which are also the things that are coming up. Let's talk a little bit about the bid wars in a second after we talk about this gorgeous, is he Link or is he Kirby? What if you had both?
Oh.
What if it was Link and Kirby at the same time? This is a Link Kirby rug from Crunchy Quest, a $50 minimum donation, our day prize, beautifully tufted. It actually has, I'm going to quickly flip it around. This is non-slip, ready to go on your floor. So if you have it in somewhere where slip hazards could be happening, you don't have to worry about that. All right, let me put the sword on my shoulder. And while we're holding this up, let's look at his face.
Oh, look at him. He's so determined.
He's gonna do it. It could be great. It's great.
Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming incentives and bid wars that we have for our Kirby Air Riders run, which is happening very soon.
Yes, later today we have Kirby Air Riders, and there are multiple bid wars open for that. We have Choose the Rider for both myself and Charbunny. I know there's a lot of strong opinions about Rick out there. If you feel strongly about Rick or anyone else, we would love to know. We also have Choose Our Machines for both myself and Charbunny. That will be a continuous bid war, so it will be open for most of the showcase, and in between races we'll be swapping what machine we're on, and that will be a great way to make Charbunny and myself either miserable or euphoric. Since I'm here and I have the ability to do so, I know that Char does not want to ride the bulk star. So I'm abusing my power right now. I'm not going to tell you what I don't want, but
you just have to guess. You have to donate.
Yes.
And then we can figure out based on your reaction.
Yes, you understand the assignment.
It's true. We do have a lot of those fun things coming up. And again, thank you for sending this in. We love it so much. I love Kobe. Kobe, great. And finally, of course, we do have over here our grand prize Nintendo Switch 2 and Odyssey bundle, $200 cumulative donation. Now, if you have not gotten your donations in, you don't have a ton of time to reach that $200. Of course, you can just donate $200 right out the gate and you're entered to win that. But if you have donated $5, $10, however many throughout the week, go ahead, do the math, figure out what you need to get into this, because many of the games that we have played on the schedule today are Switch 2 exclusives.
Yes, they
and
are.
if you want to be able to play, and like if you've seen, oh man, ZA looked really great, or oh my goodness, I really love the way Kirby Air Riders looks, and you want to be able to play that $200 for this bundle is an absolute steal.
Yes.
So make sure you get in those donations. That goes to gdq.gg/donate. And if you want to see any more about the prizes that we have here, or the prizes that we're going to feature either earlier in the day or for the rest of the day, gdq.gg/prizes will get you in to see more detailed pictures and more details from the artists themselves that have submitted them. Well, I think that's it.
Did we do it?
We did it.
Did I do it?
You did it!
Yay!
You're
Thank
officially
you.
prizes!
Thank you.
Wonderful. That's going to do it for us here. We're going to go and send it back to wonderful Black Heart Wings for our next run. See you later.
Welcome back. Now, we have made fantastic progress on that bid war since I last looked. Lonk is now currently in the lead with $161.50. It is important to note the 50 cents, with Midna now in second place at 140. You'll love to see it, chat. I love a spicy bid war. Please keep me guessing until the beginning of Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. We are setting up for that right now. And help our friends helping make their opinions known. We have $50 from David Tiki that says, I'm excited for the most difficult part of the Zelda 2 run, which is of course Palace 1. We also have an incredibly generous $100 from Anonymous with no comment but benefiting the National Women's Law Center and all of the work that they have put in. Thank you, Anonymous. You are a champ. looks like we have some words from our friends, and so I will hand it off to them. Congratulations to our Frost Fatales 2026 ambassadors for raising $12,655 for the National Women's Law Center in February. Thank you to Amaya Sings, Angel Rosestar, Asuka424, Average Imposter, Behemoth Steve, Champrule, Game Boy Light, Nur, Professor Birch, Shovel Claws, Sparkle, Sweet Peebs, and Yogkavi for their support. Through the generosity of their communities, we were able to start the event off strong for NWLC.
Enjoying the Frame Fatales Marathon? Then make sure to check out GDQ Hotfix, our daily speedrun programming, right here on the Games Done Quick Twitch channel. Hotfix features a variety of shows, events, and community showcases, highlighting speedrunners and their incredible talents. Whether you're a seasoned runner or a casual speedrun fan, there's something for everyone on Hotfix. Follow Games Done Quick on Twitch and catch us live weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern and on weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching the marathon, and we'll see you there.
Woo! It is a whirlwind today, friends, but we are in this together. Also, if one of those voices sounded familiar, it absolutely was. I was not prepared to hear my own voice, but you know what? We go with it. I have $10 from our friend Max Young that says, I love y'all, and I'm so happy you do what you do. Never give up. And we continue. We persist, as it were. You still have plenty of time to make your opinions known on this upcoming file name for Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link. Blanc is still in a commanding lead, with Midna in second place, only $21 behind. I know how to do math. No, wait. $21.50 behind. With Heck at $50. So, chat, this is your last chance. If you want to snipe that file name bid war, take a second. I believe that you can do it. Make your opinions known. Tell me what you think. You have a couple of moments to get that done. Our friend Kate with the sword has donated $25 and says, I have never needed something more in my life than I need the Skyward Sword heart container stained glass. I love Fatales for giving me wonderful causes to put my money towards and beautiful prizes that incentivize it. Now that $25 goes towards that prize, but we don't need $25 to connect heart containers here. Friends, it is my pleasure to introduce Megami Infini, running Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, 100% all keys. Megami, take it away.